Welcome to myworkbutterfly.com. We're here to interview Sugar. Sugar, do you have any words? No. We're actually here to interview Sugar's mother, Lisa Wexler.
Hi.
Who is a radio host. But you know what? I'm going to let you tell the members of the butterfly community exactly what you do.
What I do? Okay, well what I do is I created and I produce and host a radio show called Live with Lisa that's on the air 6 days a week. And also, I am still a practicing attorney with one foot in it that I'm desperately trying to pull out of the mud, because this radio career is what I love so much and I feel is the best use of my natural abilities. So I do that. I also am active on some charity boards. I'm on the Jeffrey Modell Foundation, the board which I try very much and talk to all politicians about getting newborn screening for kids with primary immunodeficiency disease for all our babies. So I'm active in a lot of things in life.
Okay, so how many hours exactly is that a week?
It's a lot of hours a week. Don't talk. And also, I'm writing a book.
Oh,
I forgot. I'm writing a book now. I'm collaborating with my sister Jill and my mom Gloria on a book called Secrets of a Jewish Mother. And we have a deadline. What's today? August 13th? We have a deadline. It was supposed to be the end of August. That's totally unrealistic. I'm shooting for the end of September. We have a publishing meeting on Monday, and that's actually what's keeping me up at night.
Okay, so
writing the book.
Many women might not know who your sister is.
My sister is Jill Zarin. She's one of the stars of The Real Housewives of New York City.
And Gloria?
Gloria is Gloria Kamen, and as a result of an appearance on The Housewives, which was so popular, she actually got offered an advice column in the New York Daily News and is now a regular on BravoTV.com as an advice columnist, which is fantastic because she's always told people what to do, only now she's getting paid for it, so it's even better.
See? So you don't have to wait to go back to work.
No, you don't have to do it. And you can go back at any time if you end up doing what you love and what you're good at.
That's right. So which do you prefer, radio or television?
Radio. Well, radio suits me because I don't like to dress up.
Okay.
So, although I would be insulted if somebody said I had a face for radio. That would not be very nice. That is an in-joke in the radio community, and it's not very nice. But the reason I chose radio as a medium, I briefly had a public affairs television show called Connecticut Conversations, and I could have expanded that activity, but I chose to step away from it because radio suits my temperament and personality. And also, when I was driving in the car as a mom, this started from me being more of a... I always practiced law ever since my kids were little, because my mother's message to me, don't waste your brain, and you never know when you might need to support yourself, was an ongoing message.
You hear that? Say that again.
Ongoing message. You never know when you'll need to support yourself, and don't waste your brains. So I had worked hard to get my law degree. I certainly was not going to give up my license, and I felt I should always keep my skills fresh. So I always took on law. Having said that, I quit the slave treadmill very early on. In fact, here's my story. I had a job for a pretty prestigious firm in Manhattan as an of counsel. They were a New York Stock Exchange listed firm in real estate. That was after the Wall Street treadmill where I knew I would never get pregnant. I had to get off that track completely, and I did that within 2 years of law school. But I had a very nice 9-to-5 job with a boss I liked very much. Only here's what happened in the days before we had maternity benefits. I got pregnant, it was 1987. I had no maternity benefits whatsoever. I had a very lackluster unemployment benefit of 6 weeks. And I was told that they would keep my job open for 6 months. Period. They wouldn't pay me, they wouldn't go that far, but they would keep my job open. I gave birth in June, and John was born June 6th, and my last day of work was Memorial Day weekend, so I really didn't have much time. August, I get a phone call from my boss. Hi Lisa, you coming back to work? I said, Harry, didn't you give me till November, December? What is this about? The 3rd degree. I have to know today. If you're not willing to come back today, we're going to fill your job, because I have to know. So I said, well, if you're asking me if I'm prepared with my son 2.5 months old to get on a train and commute, I was living in Westchester at the time, to get back on a train and commute to New York City to work for you, I guess I'm quitting today. I hung up the phone and I told my husband that he could no longer count on a second income. And he was not happy. He was pretty devastated, actually.
Okay, but you didn't look back.
I didn't look back because the same day I quit, I had a cousin who was a practicing real estate broker in the city. I think she was at MJ Raines or something. This might mean something to people from years ago. And she said, I've been waiting for you to go out on your own, Lisa. Here's a deal. Here's a closing. Here's a deal. And I was in business the next day. I was entrepreneurially, I had my own practice. I did it my own way. We had the first compact computer in our master bedroom. It was a little 250 or something, the compact computer, and I was on my way. And then when I moved to Westport a couple of years later, I became admitted in Connecticut. I kept up my license in New York. I opened up a shingle. I've always practiced from my home. My office literally looks out. You can see the bus pull into the cul-de-sac from my office. I've tried very hard to juggle. My philosophy of life is, and I've always told my children, I am juggling a lot of balls at once, so forgive me if one drops.
And they turned out okay?
Yeah, I mean, there's still a work in process, aren't we all?
Absolutely.
We're all a work in process.